In progress.
Hey guys, what's up? We're now about to wrap up my first ever season of giving little series, I should say, of giving my thoughts on the last Hawaii men's basketball season. I just got through with covering the tournament games. The first one was one to forget at the quarterfinal matchup, but the semifinal game was pretty ugly. But as of right now, season will begin soon. Actually, I have an exhibition matchup tonight. Today is November 3rd, 2022. It's also the heavenly birthday of my late grandpa. He would have been 89, I think. Or no, he would have been 90 years old today. But he passed in 2015. We're not going to talk about that. I'd like to show you all one more time my print story of how they did last season, of how the UH men's basketball team did last season. I predicted they would finish at 17-11 by the time the tournament came around. And as it turned out, they were actually 16-10 by the time the tournament came around. But they did finish out after the conference tournament finished. They were 17-11. For conference record, I had them at 12-8. But of course, you have to subtract two wins and two losses, because the UC San Diego games did not count for conference play. So I had predicted them at 10-6. They ended up at 10-5. So I was pretty close there. So now you have heard me say that according to the coaches poll, UH was picked to finish second in the 2023 Big West season this year, in 2023. And where do I think they'll finish? I think they'll finish second as well. I think they can win it, though, because they're going to get Juan Munoz and Samuta Avea back. But I think they'll do first or second. Third as the worst. Third place, worst case scenario with the talent that we have. But of course, as we all know, the real season begins December 29th. So we're going to share my screen here. I'm going to run down the season as a whole of what games I think they'll win. And here you go. So we'll start out at home against UC Davis. Now, this is assuming that we have no COVID pauses like last season. So we're starting out at home against UC Davis. I think they'll get this win because the past 3 or 4 seasons, UH has had some pretty good luck against UC Davis. And you know why? Because we actually have won all but 2 matchups against UC Davis going back the past 3 seasons. And the fact that they didn't get the win at their place this past season kind of surprised me a lot, because they have had some good, as I said, they've had some good luck against them. But of course, they do have good players that can really ball, because they got Ezra Mannion, Elijah Pepper, and Christian Anigwe, and those guys are good, as I said. So UH will have to bring their A game for that game. I'm not sure if those 3 players I'd mentioned, Mannion, Pepper, and Anigwe, will be back this coming season. I think they will be, but we'll see what happens. Cal Poly on New Year's Eve. This should be a win. Cal Poly should be a gimme as long as UH plays well. I'm going to say that right now, because we have lost to Cal Poly in the past. But as long as we play well, Cal Poly should be a win. So I think this will be a win. I think Cal Poly will be a win. At UC San Diego, they proved they got the pace. They proved they can beat them both at peak strength and when they were in a bit of a depleted state, because they romped them in the home matchup last January. So I think they'll win San Diego, or UC San Diego. Cal State Fullerton, I don't know. I'm not sure. I probably would have to go with I think they might split with Cal State Fullerton. I'm going to say that right now, because I don't know if if EJ Anasicki, their lead scorer, will be able to come back next season. I don't think he will, but he is a grad transfer, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, people don't mind this, by the way. So Fullerton, I think they will. I think that's probably a question mark. But I think they'll win the home matchup. I just don't know about the road. I kind of would lean towards them winning though, but they'll have to play. But again, they'll have to play well. And of course, the defending Big West champs, Long Beach State. This is going to be a big task, let me tell you, because they got some players because like Davis, they've got some players that could ball. And of course, in the road matchup, UH sunk 15 triples, and the Beach had no answer for that. But they did make it close towards the end. So I think they'll win. CSUN, yeah, I think they should win this one. They'll have to play well. So do I think they'll win against Long Beach State? I think that could go either. I think Long Beach State could go either way. Santa Barbara could go either way. And of course, this team, UC Irvine, it could go either way as well. And especially this one here, UC Riverside, because they've proven to be a big thorn in the side. And if you got a win streak going, Riverside is the kind of team that can spoil it, because that's what happened this past season. But at Irvine, UH will have to play much better than they did this past season. CSUN, I think they can get 2 wins. Long Beach, I think they'll probably split. I think they'll split Fullerton, Long Beach State, maybe split Irvine, maybe split with Riverside again. But again, as Ganada said, they're a good defensive team, UC Riverside. And same goes for Santa Barbara, because they got good players in their front court. They got good players in their back court. But if this past season was any indication, I think we can win UC Santa Barbara. I just don't know about the road matchup. I think we'll split. I think we'll win the home matchup. Maybe it could go either way at their place, but we'll have to see what happens. Bakersfield, I thought that they played well. I think they'll get 2 wins over them. I think we might split with Davis. I think we'll get 2 wins over Cal Poly. We'll get 2 wins over San Diego or UCSD. We'll probably split Fullerton, as I said, and Long Beach State. I think we'll get Bakersfield. Bakersfield should be 2 wins as long as we play well. But Riverside, the home matchup, I think they'll win. UC Irvine, I think that could go either way again. But do I think they'll win that one? Sure. I mean, last season, Irvine, UH uncorked a turnover-free second half. And to do that against a perennial front runner, a perennial front runner for the Big West season, yeah, that is going to be, I don't know if they're going to do that again, although you kind of think that that's not going to happen. But hey, we've seen stranger things happen for sure. And that's going to be senior night. And they'll always finish on the road. I think they'll probably I think this one should be the biggest challenge of all, maybe next to Long Beach State, because overall, UH has proven they've got the pace with every single team. And they kind of been doing that since pretty much they were trying to get back to where they once were. So let's go back up. So let's go back up a ways. So I think they'll win Davis, win against Cal Poly, win at San Diego. I think they might fall at Cal State Fullerton, to Fullerton at their place, and maybe to Long Beach State at home. Or no, I think they'll win Long Beach State. I think so. That would be 3-1. They'll go 4-1 because I think they'll win Long Beach State. They'll have to play well though. CSUN, that should be a win. They'll be 5-1. Irvine, I think they might drop that one if the past season was any indication, because they lost Noel Coleman at that game. And so that'll put them 5-2. At Riverside, I think I would probably put them at 5-3 because Riverside's a good team. Santa Barbara, I think we can win this one, so that'll be 6-3. Bakersfield should be a win, 7-3. I think we might split Davis, as I said, so that'll be 7-4. They should win at Cal Poly. They'll be 8-4, 9-4. They come home and they will go up against UC San Diego, and this time the games will count. And they'll be 10-4 because I think they'll win against Fullerton. 10-5 at Long Beach State because I think they might drop that one because Long Beach State is a good team. And obviously, I mean, we've gotten a win over every single Big West team, but obviously we're going to have to play well if we're going to get 2 wins over each team. Bakersfield, I think they should win 11-5. 12-5, I think they'll win Riverside. I think this one, yeah, I'll probably lean towards winning against Irvine at home. So it'll be 13-6, be 14-7, and at CSUN, as long as they play well. And I think maybe 14-8. So I'm predicting 14 wins and 8 losses for them. So I think they'll finish second. I don't know about I don't know if they'll do worse than third, but I think third they'll definitely be there at worst. I take back what I said earlier. Third will be worst. Second place, I would predict them to finish. First place, first place, I think they can get as long as they play well. Because the Big West is a guard-oriented squad. So we'll stop sharing here. So that's going to do. I agree with the coaches poll. I think that UH will finish second, third at worst. But do I think they can win the Big West? Yes, I think they can. They're going to have to play well, though. And let's hope that we don't lose anybody to injury, because fortunately, even though we lost Noel Coleman towards the end of the season, it was late enough in the season to where it didn't hurt them as much as it could have. Because if UH had lost Noel Coleman earlier in the season, like in mid-season, for example, they would have been in deep a little bit. Okay, guys, that's going to do it. And hopefully you guys enjoy my thoughts. And if you like, just subscribe, leave a comment if you like. And so go Bows, and we'll see y'all soon. Alama Pono.